Backpacks are great until you're a few hours in, it's hot, and you're carrying gear you haven't even used. I used to bring everything just in case. Extra lenses, backups, and I'd end up using one or two things. So today, I'm trying something different. I'm limiting myself to this small 10-litre camera sling and seeing if it's actually enough for a full day of travel photography. But the real issue isn't just the weight, it's how we end up packing in the first place. So let me paint a picture for you. You go on vacation, you take your camera and all your lenses and all your gear, but it's just too much stuff. And you don't want to be walking around town carrying a massive rucksack with all your gear and you're not even going to use most of it. You're probably just going to end up just taking the camera on one lens and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to be reviewing this K&F 10-litre camera sling to see how good it is for travel photography. So if you're heading out on vacation this year or sometime in the future when you see this video and you're looking for something a little bit smaller to carry your camera and maybe a few other accessories, I think this could be it. Don't worry, I will be showing you the bag in more detail, what's inside, what can fit in it with extra swap outs, and then I'm going to be testing it throughout this day, so I'll let you know as well how does it fare up in terms of carrying everything, how comfortable it is, adjustability and everything. So because this bag is a lot smaller, it's forced me to only take the essentials. So if I use today's example where I've had to come and shoot a review for this bag to show you guys, not sponsored by the way, I've had to take my camera, a tripod, a microphone, ND filter, spare batteries. That's pretty much all I've needed for today. I could have done with a power bank, to be honest, but I thought I might be able to squeeze today. That's something I probably would have wanted extra. I could have put a small one in here. But if I put myself in the shoes of a traveler who just wants to take travel photos and you come on vacation and you're exploring a new place, you're mainly taking photos. So first of all, your batteries are going to last a lot longer. You're probably not going to need a microphone unless you want to take video. You're probably going to want to take a power bank instead. I think this has been fine. Like, I've been out and about, and this is pretty much all you're going to need. That being said, you're probably wondering how much you can actually fit in this bag. So let me go back to the studio and I can show you the different swap outs for this bag. So as you can see, we have a strap at the back here. There's a small handle, which is kind of nice. Zip pocket at the back, main compartmental pocket, and then the front zip pouch as well. We have a padded shoulder strap as well, which is fully adjustable and can be removed with this clip. If we start at the front pocket here, inside you will see we have space for an air tag, which you can remove. And inside here we have a pocket, a flat pocket to put some flat items here as well. And if I spin it around, you can see we have two compartments of batteries. Obviously we've got red and a green, meaning dead battery, full battery. And then we do have another pouch here in the corner. Space is limited, but I'll show you how we can get some more in just a moment. So if I put this back on here, zip this up, and we'll go into the main compartment. So this now has the camera insert, so you can organize your gadgets completely. It is adjustable, so if you have a smaller camera, you can put two lenses, or if you just put one big item. This does help keep the bag open as well. However, it does take up space, making it more difficult to get to the front pouch. If we remove the insert, now we don't have to have that. However, you can see we now have exposed two more pockets, which does get taken up by the camera insert. But if you didn't want to have it, the other good thing is now if we open up the front pocket, we have much better access to the front compartment pockets and even this compartment as well. So if you wanted a better access, you've got to take the camera insert out, but this makes it much easier. It just allows less rigidity to the bag. The camera insert, it's pretty straightforward. We have two Velcro straps on either side, and it is adjustable. So you can see here, this is how it works. You have your little silicone gel pack to soak up any moisture. Might be good to keep in there for camera gear. And at the back pocket, this is for more flatter items. There isn't much space here, so maybe some paperworks, maybe a wallet, card, passport, or anything flat item you can put in there. You can probably put some cables in there. That makes the most sense. But essentially, that is the 10-litre camera sling from K&F. So we could do a pack out now. Now the whole point of this bag is not to carry everything. So I've put together a few different pack setups depending on how you want to shoot. The first setup is your simple everyday travel kit. A camera with a lens, plus an action camera and its spare batteries. A small power bank and essentials like a USB-C cable, cleaning cloth, AirPods, mist filter. This is probably the most balanced setup. Lightweight, quick access, and covers both photo and video without overthinking it. If you don't need the action camera, you could swap that out for a larger power bank. That's better for longer days where you're mostly focused on photos and just want to stay powered up. The second setup is a bit more flexible. A camera with two compact lenses, plus something like the Insta360 Go 3S. You got a small power bank, AirPods, VND filter, cable, etc. So if you're unsure which focal length you'll need, this gives you options without committing to a full kit. If you remove the internal divider, you get easier access and a bit more space. But you want to add some protection between your camera and lenses, otherwise things can shift around. The third setup is a camera plus a mini drone. It's definitely tighter here, but it does fit. This is probably the limit of what I'd realistically carry in the bag. Anything bigger like the DJI Air 3S is just not designed for that. Fourth setup is more for vlogging. A camera with a mic setup, either wireless like the DJI mics or a small shotgun mic like the Rode Video Mic Go 2. You can still fit small charger and an action cam and a VND filter. This works well if you're mixing talking shots with travel footage without needing a full backpack. Each setup forces you to choose what matters, and that's kind of the point. Before I tell you my experience with using this bag, if you're enjoying this video, I'd really appreciate if you can give this video a like. It really does help push the video out to more people. And if you want to see more content on travel and street photography, then subscribe for more videos. And let me know in the comments section down below, what are your bare essentials for travel photography? I wasn't really sure how today was going to go, trying to film parts of this video, walk around and actually enjoy taking photos again. But I'm genuinely surprised this bag handled it. It fit everything I needed, and having the tripod strapped underneath added a lot more flexibility than I expected. It never felt too heavy either, especially since most of the time the camera was out on my hand, so the bag actually had space. Comfort wise, no issues at all, and realistically, when you're traveling, you're not walking non-stop all day. You break it up, grab food, take a rest. In that kind of setup, this works really well. I could also see this being great for shorter walks or light hikes, which in Cyprus you've got plenty of. The one thing I did notice though, is that the camera insert, even though it's useful, it does make access to the front pocket a bit awkward. I'd probably try without it and see if it improves things. You'll also notice the weather picked up later in the day, got a lot hotter, so the jumper ended up hanging around the strap. If I had a backpack, that would have just gone inside. Here you've got to deal with it a bit differently, but it's not a deal breaker. And that brings me on to what I like and don't like about this sling. So after spending the day with the K&F camera sling and using it as it's intended as a day bag to take your travel camera, take travel photos and enjoy your vacation, or in my exception, being able to shoot this YouTube video, what are the pros and cons with this bag? We'll start with the pros. The fact that it's small, meaning it's lightweight because you're carrying less stuff and you're not lugging around a heavy rucksack. It comes in an array of colors. It's affordable. It has several compartments with your main compartment, front compartment and back compartment, which is fantastic. And everything's organized inside as well. So not everything's rattling around. It comes with this camera divider. So if you are taking a camera with an additional lens or whatever any other items. You can organize that which way you wish. It has a carry handle at the back and an adjustable shoulder strap too. It's scratch proof and waterproof, even though I haven't tested that long enough to find out, but I can always update you in the comments. Is there anything else that I can think of? Oh yes, the fact that you can carry a full-size tripod underneath or a smaller one, that's great too. I think that's it, which will lead me on to some of the cons. Now we'll start with the camera divider. Even though you do get it, it does, when you do use it, it limits access to the front pocket, as you saw throughout the swap outs through earlier in this video. Also, when trying to open up the front pouch, where the air tag is, the zip does get stuck quite frequently. It's not the end of the world, but it's something that I've definitely noticed, and it will get annoying as I'm trying to close this now. The adjustable shoulder strap is nice. However, depending on where you adjust it, the actual pad might end up falling more forwards and it's not actually padding your top part of your shoulder. Trying to think what else there is. If you're a full frame shooter, those cameras are slightly larger. So even though it will probably fit your camera and a big lens, that's probably the only thing you're going to fit in there, and you'll be able to carry much less stuff compared to an APS-C shooter or someone who just has a compact camera. Other than that, that's all I can think of. And that leads me to, who's this bag actually for? So this camera sling would be great for those who just want simple setups, or maybe casual photographers who just want to walk around town, and just people who are tired of heavy backpacks lugging around heavy equipment. So if you fall into that category, here's the bottom line. This isn't about the bag, it's about enjoying travel more. Less gear equals more freedom. So if you ever visit Cyprus and you want to explore the island through photography, I've left a link in the description box down below. I've also included a free photo spots guide to help inspire your next trip to Cyprus. Now, if you want to take travel photos without editing, then check out this video here. Otherwise, YouTube recommends this video. I'll see you in Cyprus soon.